Hey guys, it's Chris from 3-Day Weekend. I'm standing with another box from MudBusters and a different machine. We're gonna install these today, so let's get to work. Which box did you cut yourself on? It was that one?
Staples.
Careful of those staples, they'll get you. You have to see one of our other videos for that one. Oh yes! That's how you know it's quality. We got a sticker. Just want to point out something real quick. They make 3 different versions of these Fender Flares. They have 2 versions that are called max coverage, this one, and then they have a +1, which makes them even wider. And then they have the Mudlites, they're called. Now from what I could tell, the Mudlites are even with the outside of this fender, so they don't stick out here and they go back from there. Now you're going to hear me talk about how big these fenders are in this video. Having seen these ones and knowing how much I go through really tight stuff, I should have gone with the Mudlites, because I think I'm going to tear these up. Time will tell for sure, but I just want to give you a heads up on that one. If you're going through the tight stuff, probably stick with the Mudlites. Okay, back to the video. I have these all lined up to which position they go in. This one has the logo, and we're on the driver's side front. Driver's side front has this little guy right there. And then we have the rear one, also driver's side, has a little logo on it, and it has this little tab on it, and this goes around the tail light. And then the ones without the logos, obviously they go on the passenger side. Same thing, this little tab on the front one, and this little tab on the rear one. We're going to start on the driver's side by taking out this screw and this screw and roughly lining it up and see how it fits. These are Torx 40. We're just going to loosely put these in to hold it for now. That's going to be close to the rock light. I think it missed. So we have this gap we need to get rid of, and we do that just by pushing it into place. And once you have it in place, I'm using these standard clamps to hold the fender in position while we drill the holes. There it is. This will allow you to fine tune it and adjust it and get everything just right before you actually start drilling the holes in the machine. Once we're happy with the position, you can tighten these up the rest of the way. I have the 5/16 bit, and they are for the bottom 2 holes, this one and this one. We're going to drill one, put in the rivet, then go to the next one and put in that rivet. Ooh. Let's start with this one, I think. Jeez.
There's some grunt into that.
I am, it's not going. Well, that's not coming out. That should be good. Now we're switching to a 9/32 bit for the top two. Already I got my 9/32 bit, 4mm hex, 11mm box end wrench, and a bolt. We're gonna do the first one. These off. And the first fender is in. Look how perfect that is around this rock light. That is awesome. I thought I'd have to move it or drill holes through this or something, but that's perfect. Same thing on the other side. Front is done. Let's see how the rear goes in. I have the back fender, and I was just looking at it as I get ready to line up the holes that already exist for it. And I noticed this little triangle, and I'm really happy to see that triangle because that is going to cover this little spot where a lot of mud actually goes up in. You wouldn't think a lot would go there, but it actually comes through right here and gets all over your seatbelt and all over your shoulder, and it actually will go right down the door. So it's really good to see that little triangle. They thought of that. I'm ready. I have 3 sets of our bolts. I have the holes here. It says to start from the bottom and work your way up, loosely putting each one in. Huh. I can't. Oh, I can reach around this way. All right. I can't even see it. But there's a gap over here by the fuel cap, and you can reach in that way. This is a pretty large flare on the back.
Hey, you laughed at mine, but now look at you.
I win. So I have these loosely in place, and now I'm lining this up where it's gonna go. I'm just going to clamp it in place. It says you could have a friend hold it in place, but I've only got Tyler here today. So this is all clamped into place. These are loosely in. And now it is time to drill the hole. This is the smaller bit again. All of these are started. Now I'm going to go back through and tighten them up. I don't like this part. Not going to like that.
Oh, I'm just gonna stab you right. Make sure you don't puncture up straight through.
Trying to get it close to the light without touching it. Nailed it. Or screwed it, technically, I guess. This is on. So now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're done. We'll see how it handles running those trails. This thing sees a lot of very narrow trails, as you can tell from my doors. And they're pretty heavy scratches here, so I don't know, we'll see how it holds up. Review time. We took it out tonight and had a little bit of an incident. First, the pros. This snow, which represents mud, but it's snow because it's cold outside. Usually this is in here, but I could see it's just pushing it away from the tire and keeping it from going inside. So I'm very pleased with how they performed even in just the snow. We'll see about the mud come spring. I also ran into a couple of trees and broke my door and hit this fender pretty hard. I mean, I hit it all the way into here and you can see where it took the impact. And it's cold outside, like it's 20 degrees outside, and it did not break. It bent and took the blow. Same with the back. You can see where I got into this one, and I was worried it was just going to snap off the first time, but it didn't. It bent and absorbed it and didn't crack or anything. So I am impressed. I know the other ones that the other guys have, if they had hit a tree with the temperatures being that cold, it would have snapped, cracked, pieces would be missing, that kind of a thing. So don't worry about that little guy. We'll fix that later. So they are looking good. I am pleased with their performance. They withstood my very poor driving tonight. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on 3-Day Weekend. Yeah, it's yours. I don't care about that.
Got it.
What?
You dropping it.
Dang it!